In his 1918 work, The Decline of the West, Oswald Spengler studied the Apollonian culture of Hellenic classical antiquity. The name Apollonian, meant to evoke the Greek god Apollo, describes the soul of classical civilization, which he believes is marked by a strong sense of present and visible form. It denotes a world view characterized by clarity, balance, and a striving for timeless perfection, visible in its art, architecture, and philosophy. This contrasts to the Magian culture's sense of infinity and the Faustian culture's expansive future orientation. The Apollonian culture is one of bounded worldliness and finite expression, where life and art strive for measured, harmonious forms, epitomized in the statues of gods and heroes, which present an idealized, serene, and self-contained existence. Apollonian culture has its roots in the spirit of the Greek polis and Roman imperialism. It was defined by a clear-eyed, assertive spirit that manifested in political and cultural structures that promoted a strong sense of civic duty and public life. The conditions of the Apollonian culture include a climate of political strife and intellectual rivalry, which fostered a competitive ethos among city-states like Athens and Sparta, and later among the Roman elite. Apollonians depicted man as a microcosm of order, reflecting the cosmos's harmony. This view is vividly expressed through their art and architectural principles, such as the use of symmetry, proportion, and the emphasis on spatial clarity, all of which aim to represent a rational and comprehensible universe. The culture thus prioritized the visible, tangible world, emphasizing spatial clarity and proportion in its art and architecture. In its art, the human body was central, celebrated through sculptures that emphasized anatomical perfection. This art was not about transcending physical limits, but about perfecting and glorifying them within clear boundaries. The decline of the Apollonian culture was linked with its worldview. It could no longer innovate or transcend its own limitations. Like all civilizations in Spengler's framework, Apollonian stagnation is exemplified in its later phases by its art and philosophy becoming repetitive and overly focused on past forms without substantial innovation. In its totality, Apollonian was a central civilization characterized by an obsession with the physical world and the limits of intuitive, tangible objects.